like you. Be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one.
The uproar didn't begin with an announcement or a press release. It didn't come from a company, a manager, or a familiar blue checkmark. It started with something far more unsettling and far more powerful. Silence. A heavy, anticipatory silence that blanketed the fandom like the moment before a thunderstorm fractures the sky. And then, in the kind of timing that felt almost too perfect to be accidental, an 8-second video emerged from an anonymous account hidden in the depths of a small fan forum. Within minutes, it ignited the internet like fuel meeting a spark. What made the clip detonate across social media wasn't just the fact that it featured Jimin and Jungkook, two of the world's most recognizable figures. It was the intimacy of the setting, the closeness of their posture, the unmistakable familiarity of the room behind them. Fans who had memorized every corner of Jungkook's house from past live streams recognized it instantly. The living room, his living room, was bathed in warm amber light, the glow of a single-floor lamp softening the shadows across beige walls. Even through the grainy resolution, viewers spotted the dark leather couch Jungkook once joked was too comfortable for productivity, the wooden shelf lined with albums and tiny collectibles, and the edge of his beloved sound system that had appeared in countless behind-the-scenes moments. But none of that compared to the sight of the two men sitting so close their shoulders nearly brushed. Jimin, in a cream sweater with sleeves pulled over half his hands, sat angled slightly toward Jungkook. Jungkook, in his signature black hoodie, leaned forward with elbows on his knees, his dark hair shadowing his eyes as he looked toward the camera, toward the person holding it, toward the moment that would soon unravel the internet. The clip opened with the faint sound of someone adjusting a phone on a table. Then came Jungkook's voice, low and warm, breaking through the soft quiet of the room. "Should we start now?" he murmured. The casual tone couldn't hide the anticipation beneath it, the sense of something planned yet personal. Jimin let out a quiet laugh, a sound too gentle and familiar to be scripted, and nudged Jungkook lightly with his shoulder. "Army will be shocked," he whispered, soft, teasing, and impossibly intimate. That single sentence was enough to split the fandom open. Their bond had always fascinated people, admired, analyzed, imagined, celebrated. Friendships that deep often sparked curiosity, creative partnerships that strong often inspired stories. But the tone in Jimin's voice, the comfort between them, the choice to film together in Jungkook's home with no lighting crew, no staff, no professional polish, this was different. It felt like a doorway had briefly opened into a moment not meant for public eyes. And then, just as Jimin's lips parted as if he was about to reveal the reason they were recording, the clip cut to static. No explanation. No continuation. Just an abrupt end that felt almost intentional, like someone had sliced the moment at its most tantalizing point. Some fans swore they heard a faint voice in the background. Others claimed a figure shifted behind the couch. But there was no proof of anything, only fragments that fueled endless theories. Within the first hour, hashtags like #JikookAtHome and #JikookMessage had swallowed the global trends. Fandom spaces became chaotic battlegrounds of excitement and disbelief. Some insisted the video was old. Some argued the lamp behind them was a recent purchase. Others zoomed in frame by frame, analyzing posture, warmth in their expressions, even the angle of Jimin's knee. Entire threads dissected the microsmile tugging at Jungkook's lips seconds before the video cut off. But what enchanted people most wasn't the theories. It was the ease between them, the softness, the calm, the undeniable sense of two people completely at home with each other. The room didn't look staged or prepared. It looked lived in. It looked real. Rumors flooded the internet within hours. One supposed insider claimed the two were recording a joint message for fans. Another insisted it was a personal greeting never meant for public release. Some speculated it previewed a collaboration. Others jumped to more dramatic conclusions. None of it was confirmed. None of it was denied. And the lack of official response only allowed the frenzy to grow. Reaction videos exploded across platforms. Fans cried, laughed, screamed, scrutinized every nuance. Artists sketched the scene within hours. Writers built entire universes from the 8-second fragment. It became a spark for creativity, analysis, and emotional release. But in the real world, Jimin and Jungkook said nothing. Not a post. Not a correction. Not a hint. Their silence became the loudest part of the mystery. Why weren't they clarifying anything? Was the clip harmless? Was it private? Was it intentional? Or was it a piece of something bigger that had been prematurely exposed? As days passed, the video was studied like a historical artifact. Sound engineers confirmed the voices were recent. Lighting experts recreated the glow from the lamp based on shadow angles. Fans matched the grain patterns on the walls to photos from Jungkook's earlier live streams. Everything pointed to one conclusion: the clip was real and it was recent. Yet what mattered wasn't the authenticity, it was the feeling it carried. The clip became a digital Polaroid, a fleeting moment caught by accident, radiating sincerity in a world saturated with polished performances. It reminded fans of something simple: connection. Whether one interpreted that connection as friendship, brotherhood, artistry, or something deeper, the emotion behind it was unmistakable. The question that lingered, however, remained unanswered. What message were they planning to record? Was it something joyful? Something serious? A project announcement? A late-night letter to fans? A private confession that never reached its destination? No one knew. And maybe no one ever would. Yet the world gained something unexpected from those 8 seconds. A glimpse of warmth, authenticity, and the quiet kind of closeness that doesn't need to be defined to be felt. A moment that captured the bond between them more powerfully than any official statement ever could. In the end, the message they intended to share never surfaced. But the world embraced something else. A fragment of truth, a breath of sincerity, and a moment of connection that slipped through the cracks and became legendary, not because it provided answers, but because it reminded millions of the human hearts behind the global icons.
Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun.